Today, we are going to talk about a very interesting book, Factfulness by Hans Rosling. This is the book of hope, book of light about human planet. It changed my way of looking the planet, and maybe I think it will change your thinking too. Many of us feel today that the world is getting worse. Maybe because we always hear bad news like, war, poverty, disease, disaster, pandemics. The key question of the book, is the world really as bad as we think? The author, Hans Rosling, says, no, it's not. In fact, he shows fact-based worldview that the world is improving, slowly but surely. He urges us to think differently, which means using facts, not fears, to understand the world. But unfortunately, we are far away from the fact because of 10 instincts. The gap instinct. It means we often consider the world in a binary way, and that's why we do not get the full real view of the world. The binary thinking is rich versus poor, developed versus developing, educated versus uneducated, west versus east, us versus them. But Rosling says most of the people in the world live in between the middle. Negativity instinct. We believe that the past was better and the present is worse. But the truth, there is significant development in the present. Global child mortality has fallen, literacy has increased, people live longer than ever before. Meanwhile, due to our negative instinct, we are in the wrong pace of evolution. The fact is, the world is getting better day to day. Straight line instinct. Due to a straight line perspective, sometimes we presume wrong or overdramatic picture. For instance, there was a hype that the global population will explode and destabilize the planet. But Rosling shows us that countries become richer and healthier, families have fewer children, and the fact is, population will not explode, rather will stabilize our human planet. So no worries about human population. Next is the fear instinct. We pay more attention to scary news like terrorism, plane crashes, though they are very rare in human history. Each and every day, thousands of planes are landing and safely taking off without any problem. But our brains are overshadowed with fear, not with the fact. Size instinct. We are predominant by the size factor. For example, we believe that the Europe and Americas are the biggest places to work, to live, and to invest. And that's why we cannot see the potential of Asia and Africa. Asia and Africa are the next big thing, the world's biggest market and the world's biggest consumer place. Next one is the generalization instinct. We love generalizations. News, media, politicians are generalizing our fact and sometimes over-dramatizing our issues. These are stereotypes. And because of generalization instinct, we don't get the perfect perspective of the planet. The narrow perspective, the beautiful perspective of the planet. Sometimes we miss the dot, the destiny instinct. Sometimes we thought, and many of us thought that, particularly in America or Europe, that the Africa is destined to be poor. Muslims are destined to have more babies. Rosling shows us that this fact is totally opposite to it, and there is basically no gap in between the babies, particularly Christian families and Muslim families. The blame instinct. Human beings are happy to shift blames to others. The author tells us an interesting story about the syphilis, the skin disease. In Russia, syphilis is a Polish disease. In Poland, it is German disease. In Germany, it is French disease. In France, it is Italian, and Italy, it is French disease. Due to this blame game, we are far away from the reality, from finding out the root causes. Urgency instinct. Urgency is the world is total. Due to our urgency instinct, we do not see the real picture of the progress. According to Hans Rosling, 6 biggest risks we must address with patience. Global pandemic, global financial collapse, world wars, climate change, extreme poverty, and unknown risks. To avoid overdramatic journalism, news, and lies, we can be more factful in 3 ways. First, we must ask for data. We shouldn't believe everything we hear on TV or social media. Second, we must be humble. It is okay not to know everything, but we must have to have an open mind to learn. Third, understand the trends. The world is definitely not a perfect place, but it is getting better in many ways. If we think clearly and candidly, we can plan better as citizen, as policymaker, and of course as parents. So let's be hopeful. Let's be curious. Let's ask more questions, read more facts, think beyond the fear and negativity and beyond all these instincts. Fact-based worldview is really inspiring, it's really joyful. During his pancreatic cancer, Hans wrote this book and he passed away in 2017. But he left us a powerful message. The fact-based worldview is not as bad as we think today. We can keep making it better. Thank you for listening.